wait, and I hit this button, and then I win, then I hit the throw button, and then I critical him, and then he vents it, and I cry, and then I hit that one, and then I celestial assault him, and I freaking hit this, and I look cool as Shark doing it, and then I hit the onslaught, and he dies. Thank you. This is John Wrath, a future Godseeker.
What's happening?
While he may not look like Godseeker material, he's using a secret trick, the Wrath Gem. Let me explain how the set works for you real quick. Landing a guard break with the strength mantra that has a Wrath Gem equipped now slows and does extra damage. Landing a critical while Wrath is active disables vent for a few seconds. Any strength mantra with Wrath Gem will be reset upon using your critical if your enemy has Wrath applied. While your enemy has Wrath applied, they cannot use their critical attack. On proc, Wrath lasts for 9 seconds and has a 10-second cooldown. Also, while Wrath is applied, it gives you a 7.5% damage increase for every combat tag you have to your critical attack. Now that you know how Wrath Gem, you might be asking why Wrath Gem? Due to the fact that the Wrath set can't be enchanted, and it also has way worse pips than, for example, Bastion of Enmity or Aegis of Enmity or Star Boots. So not only are you missing out on Drowned and a lot of health and a lot of physical, but you're also missing out on your Entanglement and your Stench. The question is, can we make the niche, which is Wrath Gem, worth the cost of all that health, all that physical, and those 2 enchant slots? John Wrath as a build is alright. The critical cooldown is too long. The critical anti-vent doesn't have very good synergy. Rapid punches doesn't ever guard break, and table flip is so inconsistent it doesn't really guard break either. Critical into throw is way easier than throw into critical into throw. That being said, critical into throw is really good. And it taught me a lot about the set, such as if the crit is parry, blocked, or died, both strength mantras with Wrath Gems will be reset, and vent will still go on cooldown for around 3-ish seconds. This is of course if Wrath is applied. But thankfully, this is not the end, for John Wrath has a disciple.
Both got buckets of chicken. You want to do it?
Okay.
This is John Wrath II. He's gonna be a Godseeker. La 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 la! Unlike John Wrath II was much more thought out during the build making process. As you can see, I'm now only using 2 strength mantras, that being strong left and throw, because they're the only 2 that really ever guard break, and they're the best of the strength mantras. You might be like, why isn't Sky Shadow Kick here? And that's because if you have a Wrath Gem on it, it costs 120 ether, so it's obviously not worth it. The biggest takeaway when I was making this build was to try and make the Deep Spindle critical go off while Wrath was applied, making it so you can't vent the entire critical. I feel like the most glaring problem of this build is that M1s are accommodated by attunementless mantras as opposed to attunement-based mantras being accommodated by M1s. What I'm trying to say is attunementless in general uses a lot less mantras, and with such mantra-heavy talents, in order to use the Wrath set makes it so much harder to build with. But thankfully, John Wrath II knew a guy who knew a guy who knew a guy. John Wrath III, the Iron Bomber. This is John Wrath, the Iron Bomber, and he's gonna be a god.
Oh my gosh, how is this pressure so strong?
That you defeat. Wait, no.
I'm undefeatable.
Yeah, you really thought I was gonna lose to a mean little
What
freshie, huh?
happened, buddy?
That'd be really funny.
Yeah, you
wouldn't it?
freaking died. You really thought I was gonna
Jokes in
lose
this
to a
video
freshie just
where
like
the
every
guy
single other
dies
clip
in
where I
some
die,
weird
huh?
way, yeah.
You think it's that
That'd be a
simple?
really
Yeah,
good thing
that's
to
a real
repeat,
funny
man.
joke. Let's
Let's
just
just
repeat it
keep
again
dying in the
for the
most dumb
80th
ways.
time. That's
Yeah,
real
that's real
funny,
funny.
man.
Oh, I died
Oh my
next to a
gosh,
freshie.
my
Wow, that's really
mustache is
funny.
like hella pink, bro. But yeah, oh my god.
Bam. I mean, okay, I guess. Anyway, this is John Wrath the Iron Bomber. He's using a secret tech, that being Critical Engine. Critical Engine allows you to place deep gems on your critical attack. Wrath Gem does work for this, that meaning you're proccing set talents that work with your critical just by using your critical. Soulthorn will also proc anti-vent on every critical hit, just like Mopet. This is due to the fact that both Mopet and Soulthorn will be forced to be parry, block, dodge, or get hit by it. Unfortunately, earlier I said that parry, block, and dodge will still refresh all of your strength mantras with Wrath Gems equipped. However, I figured out during this build that this is not true. It was only because my critical attack had chip damage on it that it worked on block. It does not work on dodge or parry at all. Overall, the Iron Bomber was a very good build, although I don't know if the bomb gimmick was necessary considering I already have this Wrath Gem to manage. Other than that, this really taught me that Critical Engine was incredibly important, although it made the build a little bit squishy. But with everything we've learned so far, something truly devious came along. Jerry Wrath, the missing link.
Ore no namae wa Jerry Wrath. 年齢は19歳。自宅はエテリス北東部の別荘地帯にあり、独身だ。職業はランスレッシの社員。毎日遅くとも午後8時までには帰宅する。タバコは吸わない。酒はたしな程度だ。夜11時には床につき、どんな状況でも8時間の怒りに満ちた睡眠をとる。寝る前には怒りのミルクを一杯飲み、20分ほどストレッチをしてから眠りにつく。そうすれば朝まで熟睡できる。あるで赤ん坊のように疲労やストレスを一切残さず怒りに満ちた朝を迎えるのだ。
And by use everything we know, I mean immediately go into build that does not use Critical Engine at all. With that being said, Jerry Wrath in other aspects of the build is very good. He has very high health, he has very high posture. You know, he's unfortunately not Oathless because I needed a lot of talent hands. I thought building with Imperator Edge was a good idea because it's my second favorite weapon in the game, right next to Divine Spear. But also on top of that, it has two very good criticals with relatively low cooldowns. At the end of the day, this build really is good, however, I can't seem to use it properly, as I can't proc Wrath as consistently as I could with Critical Engine. I am much better with base Spear, but that has abysmal scaling. What I learned from this build is once you use Critical Engine, you can't go back. To put it simply, Critical Engine makes Wrath Gem so reliable that you don't need to have it on almost half of your mantras. That being said, because this build doesn't have Critical Engine, it's not it. However, it's still not a horrible build. So basically what I'm trying to say is Jerry Wrath, not that good. At least for me, he's not that good. However, with this learned, right, with everything that we've learned thus far, I think I cracked it in this next build, right? In more ways than one. I think I did it, right? And so without further ado, here we have it. Jane Wrath, the end of an era.
In depths beyond they speak your name with rage and resentment, for none could spark our wrathless souls, yet you the call had sent. Under wrathful watch, you taught, we changed, emotions were inflamed. A world you gave to players whose meta you would claim. From Elegy for Wrath Gem by John Wrath.
Here we are, the pinnacle of Wrath Gem. But how does it work? How does the infinite throw critical combo work? Well, the war boots give the talent repeated blows. If you remember from earlier, that's the talent that allows you to use any strength mantra with the Wrath Gem after landing your critical. The Kindred Edict weapon doesn't have a cooldown so long as you land the critical attack. You saw where this was going when you saw the combo of Infinite Throw of Doom. Now, unfortunately, as good as it is for a noob stomper, this is 100% parryable at any time by either parrying the critical attack or parrying the throw. Once you're in the chain, it is very easy to get out of it, although you cannot vent. And this isn't to say I mindlessly click critical attack throw. I do sometimes delay my throw in hopes that my enemy parries the air, or I use attacks like strong left or other mix-ups before the next throw and the next critical. Remember, this combo is chainable and sustainable so long as you make it such. But being the peak of Wrath Gem, it still has its problems. It's barely scraping 500 health, landing around normally 503, 510, depending on whether I have a Confessor's Charm or a Whistling Parry apped on. Its physical is also under 50%. This is to be expected simply because the armor has way less physical and way less health, as I stated earlier. In short, to be able to really use Wrath Gem, you have to sacrifice these types of things, and the question that I present to you is it worth it? Because, well, to me, this build, the final form, Jane Wrath, is very good, and I play it very well. But can you play this type of play style well? And do you want to play this type of play style well? Ultimately, I explored the gem because I hadn't seen any videos on it whatsoever, and these were my results with it. But you could possibly come up with something entirely different. And that's the beauty of the Wrath. The question you may have left is Wrath Gem worth it? Well, it's not for the faint at heart. It's not easy to build with. It's not easy to use. But if there's one damn thing I know for sure, it's wrathful.
for staying. Thank you for watching the show.